Georgie's fine.
Okay.
Paul, he's a tough kid. He should be fine, but he's going to be listed questionable just because his foot's still bothering him. But, we'll see. We'll hate to say this, we'll give him some anti-inflammatory medicine and see if he can make it through.
And then Kim Keehee, I guess, it sounds like he may have had a setback.
A little bit of a setback. Not as bad as we thought. So I mentioned that on KJR with Jackson and Softy and those guys, but I thought it was something worse. Maybe that was my emotion coming through, but he's going to be out this week, but he'll be back in training next week.
And then, Ryan Saylor hasn't been out here all preseason.
You guys know where he is. Just get to the question.
What did you make of Brian Saylor going to the White House?
Miami FC won the championship, and Ryan's part of that squad.
Was that something that he asked you about?
Of course he did. Yeah, of course he did.
And do you feel like that creates any sort of distraction?
No. Why?
I mean, the president's joking about invading Cuba with in front of the...
Okay, that's a political thing. That's not, I can't speak to that. Whatever the president does, I don't follow that.
But you're not worried about him being the backdrop for that kind of statement?
No, I'm not. No.
What are the particulars of his injury? Did he come injured? Did he injured here? Ryan Saylor, did he get injured while he was training here? What are the
details of that? He had some knee pain as he left Miami. They didn't know exactly what it was. He came into camp, tried to train a couple days, and the knee pain was such that, hey, we need to look at this. And when we did a deeper dive, he's got some degenerative knee issues, and we're working through that. He's young, he can recover, but it's just unfortunate that he started off the year on the wrong foot. Maybe that's a good way to answer it.
So if he were here, he'd still not be training. Would still
Yes.
not.
Yeah.
Well,
God, we just brought that to a standstill.
No, I did you have?
No. If you had something, I'm happy to keep asking questions, but do we want to move on from this, or do we want to go on?
For the expectation of the coming match at St. Louis, so what's your goal for the coming match there?
The goal is to collect points, because what we need to do is take the road games that we have, because they're installing the grass at Lumen. We need to make sure that, it's hard to win on the road. I thought against RSL, we played maybe one of our better games there, although it still was not a result. But the soccer was good, but we have to finish games on the road. Sometimes you can play good soccer and lose. Sometimes you can play bad and still win. So the objective there is to come out of St. Louis with some points.
Did you answer about Paul? Did you answer
Yes.
about Rothrock?
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
sorry. But Albert seemed like he took a knock in training, or what happened with
He
him?
got hit in his private parts.
What do you think about the Leagues Cup matchups schedule?
Tough, super tough. That first game, man, that's going to be tough, and the games are condensed. So, we'll look, we're the defending champs, so we're going to go into it with everything we have, but that'll be a tough game, in Mexico City against a very good team. And then we've got, a couple of hard games after that, so it's not easy. But look, last year we started against Cruz Azul, and they had just beaten us pretty soundly. And we were able to put on a good performance and start our run. So if we can get any sort of result in that first match, then who knows what happens.
You also made last season. You made defined that tournament for Andrew. Will you, because of the congestion in August, will you do that for Steph? Will he be the keeper and goal for that tournament?
Look, I will go on record, because I've spoken to both of them. Steph's going to get the CCC competition. Okay, that's for sure. Later in the season, let's just see how the season progresses. But that's what I've normally done, because you want to keep your goalkeepers in some sort of rhythm and form. They need to play a little bit because that's a specialized position. So Andrew started off the year well. He's done good. Steph will get a couple games here in CCC. Let's see how far we can go in that competition. And then after the World Cup break and when Leagues Cup comes around, we'll make another determination.
Coach, other than the goalkeeper, are you going to make rotations for St. Louis? And
Provided we have enough healthy bodies, yes, I'm going to make rotations.
and you're a very experienced coach. Have you ever been in a situation where your home game is actually further away than your away game?
No, I know what you're talking about, Vancouver to Spokane. I understand that. But again, look, this is a one-off because of the, not the participation, but we're hosting the World Cup matches at Lumen. We understand it. It's not ideal, but, life isn't always easy or fair.
I'm curious about your thoughts on what you've seen at St. Louis so far, first couple of games.
Well, new coach, they're trying to find their way. When he was there in Columbus, a good possession-oriented team, I think they're trying to play like that, but they still have the remnants of kind of a pressing and a hardworking Midwest team. So it's interesting. And look, it's only 2 games that we can really see. So it'll be interesting to see how they line up. The game against San Diego, that was a hard game. The first game, a draw at home. I'm sure they were disappointed, but it'll be a tough match.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, given some of your injuries that you do have, are you having any more conversations with Craig
Yep.
beyond?
Yep. We're talking about stuff. Yes.
And then just one more about Paul Arriola's. How would you assess his fitness level at this point?
Fine. Ready to start.